Hello YouTube. So today I'll be showcasing the Goofy matchup. Um, Here's the list I played again. Same list it's gonna be in all these videos. The one I won with. I honestly haven't felt like switching anything. If you saw my report on the TC, you can always see my thoughts on other lists and cards you can run. But that's what I like to play. Then just hop into it. There's actually like 6 Goofy games I'm gonna show. So we're gonna put this in 1.5 speed to just go through it. Um, You and Daiso, you go first in this matchup, of course. Miss a play on 3. It's not the end of the world. I decide normally you should like never counter with Borsa, but just like it's so hard to get value from your 1Ks. So I decided it's very likely I don't have time to play both Borsas. Like don't have time to play both Borsas, so I'd rather just get the 1K value while I can. Um, then I'll take the 6, 5. Would like to Riplaw, but also want to get 1K value when you can, like I said. Probably, yeah, just that's the only target anyway, but it's a great target to see. We want as many of those as possible. Now, if they, like, again, I think they messed up. Like, they shouldn't be turning their board that way. They should just be swinging bigger, if anything, to leave their board standing. And then this is the turn they'd want to turn their board, but is what it is. I swing 5 just to, like, trying to get him to free block, because I want to get cards out of his hand and threaten the board. Swing 5 again, because I have nothing else to really do. Get another card. Then we swing 8, get the life. Just trying to get as many cards as possible. That was a turn where if I still had Riplaw, I probably would Riplaw in Promo Law. But I still think it was correct to counter with it earlier. He DMGs here. So like tells me he's definitely gonna Luna. Otherwise it makes no sense. I'm gonna counter the 5 in case there's a bunch of 7s coming. But it definitely makes this turn like scary. But it's scary only if he follows this with a Luna. Like if he goes 666 Luna here, it's definitely bad for me. But then he does this. And that's just bad for him now. He actually gave me a card, so now we go 6 at it. Just so he doesn't get the free block. Even though we again maybe wanted him to free block, but either way, it's just crazy that he's giving this many cards for this. Cycle, get that out. And then I think I'd rather have all the Donna since I'm all my hand is I love yous than play the uh law blocker. So this guy just went really all in, trying to kill me in the next like turn or two, which makes no sense to do that, and then swing 5 there, and then gravity. Like this guy was a little backwards in his thinking for sure. I think I blocked I love you here at a 2K or okay, yeah, at a 2K. Take 7. Go 8 at the buggy. Probably go 6 at the Bangtai. He's probably just block 1 for it. But again, this guy was just very YOLO. And I'll just keep floating Dawn for these and getting I think I should have added a 2K there. I don't believe I realized I had one in hand already. I wanted that so I could find another Rosi Law, but I think I simply forgot that I had a Rosi Searcher in hand already. But it's fine. Again, he's very committal, so as soon as we live this like pressure he's doing, is not that bad for us. Again, I'm saying that I don't remember if we win this game. Again, all these games, not all, but a lot of these games are played so long ago. And I guess we should have block 1 there. Should always just block 1 there, because his next swing's going to be 8 at the biggest anyway. So that's a misplay on my part. Here we just clean all these up. 2 blockers. And now, like, he basically has to kill us this turn. Or we've just fully stabilized. And I don't know how he's killing us this turn. If he has, like, DMG to rest our blockers, maybe we die. I didn't do math. I guess we'd probably die, right? But he doesn't have it. He used it earlier just to pressure my hand a bunch that turn. I don't know. It's the game is just completely different if he doesn't, so it's hard to say. Like if he'd be in an even worse spot, but he definitely played very YOLO. I think we just counter this because it is technically going to be bigger on the next swing after he gets rid of Book and gets to restand to Dawn. And now it's 9-10. And I can counter 10, so I just block here, I think, because why not? We're gonna kill him anyway. So again, I don't think they should be all inning like that, but I actually had like a lot of the Goofies I've played in these games, I think, do stuff like this and just try to kill you really quick. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's the new way they're just approaching it in general. To save time, we can cancel out of that one. Go next, and then this one I actually did lose, but I should not have lost. I think I misplayed it a little bit. I remember that just based on what I titled it. We can go into it. Win dice roll again and go first. We have our curve this time. I guess this one's not. I need to speed it up. Go 5. We're just gonna Kobe promo. Add I love you or Rosie. I think it could be a Rosie angle just for the more weenies, and to help find a Rip Law would be fine, and another Rosie Law. So we only have 1. But just have more weenies to clean up these things would be ideal. Just starts with that, goes 6. I think you just take. I think I'm considering block 1 is reasonable, cause again, just to get value from 1Ks when we can. But we wanted to use that Rosie, right? So I'm gonna go 6. I don't want to. I mean, I'm not against giving him a free block, but I'm also just gonna get as many cards as I can. Main reason I'm not against giving him a free block because it lets me hit the clock, but if we're getting a card either way, it's fine. And then doing it this way, we actually got 2 cards. And then we just want to play Rosie Law before we search. Add another Rosie Law there. We do end up being a little counter light with this line that we've taken, not adding the I love you and passing the 2K. It's a little sketch, to be honest. Maybe a little too greedy in hindsight. I think I just free block. I'm pretty fine to free block this turn a lot of the time. I probably just Mama here. I like to get Mama value, and this is one of the matchups where I'd prefer to counter with Mama, even though it has moments where it's good to use it. I like to keep my hand as healthy as possible, for sure. Six, we probably just... I think you just 2K, just in case it's a 7. Okay. 6 counter. He swings another 6 counter, he's not. wouldn't be too surprised if I spend 5 with my leader here just to try and bait a free block. But I also think it's like a little bait on our end to do that. So we just go 7, 7, ask for 2 cards. If he wants to do this, then we get to swing 8 at it. I want to cycle just because I have a lot of bricks in hand. And if we draw Mama, it's live. I don't think it's worth bluffing it. I'd rather like force 2 2Ks out of hand. He has the Graph Blade. This is honestly, I don't generally care if they do this. It's fine. Like he has 3 Dawn left to work with this turn. 7, 7. Like I said, I think I'm misplayed here somewhere. I'm gonna see what I do, but I'm pretty sure there was lines that were better. Because when he plays like this, you really just gotta like live the aggression. You don't need to play too greedy back. You just gotta like play any lines that let you live. So when I'm looking at my hand here, okay, yeah, I'm greedy as hell, and I do this, and then that makes my Whiplaw live. I think is what I do. Rips 2 makes Mom alive and all that, but now we just die to Grab Blade. Like, almost exactly, I think. I think we needed our Mama to draw a 2K, but it draws a brick. Yeah, our next card is a 2K, so if we draw the 2K, we win. But that being said, like, actually, I don't even think we'd win, per se. But, like, we can at least attempt it, right? Actually, no, we win. Assuming if I start at 9, I guess he can just take and we never win. But basically, I just shouldn't have socketed it. I should have just borsted. I should not have been that greedy. I don't even think the grab blades were that good there. Again, if I just play the line that lets me live for sure, I think we're just winning. So I should just play Borsa there. And if I really want to, I can Borsa plus Riplaw, I think. And still have 1 Dawn open. So I'd have Mama and the Love You live. Like if I swing 5 at his life, he takes like that, I can still just Borsa Riplaw. And have Mama live, make a lot of progress, and just be safe. So that's just on me being too greedy, but I think that game should have been won. Again, a lot of the games late, like they didn't used to go this way, but a lot of games people are just kind of YOLOing like this now. It's interesting. Lose dice roll this time, go second. This hand, I think I kept. We have like decent chance to find a 4. It doesn't even have to be promo. But we have a lot of chances to find promo because we also have 2 Navy searchers that can find Rosi. We do find promo, then we just develop the stage. I think I add 2K here because 2K basically saves a life like Borsa would. And we can always just get back to the Borsa later, potentially. 6. I'm generally down to take the first life if it's a 6 or higher. You can technically trigger that to play Rosie Law turn earlier, but you're just cutting yourself off from a draw. It's just, you're going basically -2 in hand. Pretty much never recommend it. Could have just swung 5 because I'm not that upset if they counter. That way I have options to play whatever Kobe finds. It's probably better to just go 5 there. I might be tabbing out here doing something on my second monitor, I don't know. But I am also thinking, I think there's merit to a lot of these. I think I add Rosie Searcher, because adding a Rip Law or a 2K Law would still be really good. We really want 2K Law in this matchup, at least one. So I think Rosie Searcher, just to like try and make sure we find it, is probably the add here. You don't need like a second Sokka ever. Marine Ford is like fine, but it would really just be searching for Borsas and I Love Yous, and we don't need those right now, especially if we don't have 2K. And then second Rosie Law is fine, but This can also just find another Rosie Law, technically, right? So I think Rosie's to add there. We free block this every time. He buggies. I guess the question is, does he play a 2 here, or does he swing? If he does swing, I think it should just be a 7. I don't think you want to turn the entire board, but I also just don't think you want to turn your board in general here. Well, I'm going to take the first one, because I'm down to go to 2, just to have I Love You live right away next turn. I'll give him the 2k he knows, because we don't need to search anything. And actually, it can come up. I think this is probably a spot where I do swing 5 with my leader, and let him free block if he wants to, because then I can go 8 at it, and float a Dawn for I Love You. And once he blocks that block makes no sense. But once he blocks that, we definitely swing 8 at it. I Love You, floated Rosie Law, float I Love You. We don't have a law to get back with I Love You, though, actually. But I think I ended up okay, I think if I don't draw that, I play the Rosinante, by the way. But that draw was like pretty much the best draw in the deck for us, for sure. But if we don't find basically exactly that law 2k, I think we play Rosie Searcher there. And I'd normally be down to Mama, but with this board state in hand, I'm definitely gonna Sakamama the Boa. And then he's generous enough to go 6/6 and play a 2, which means I get to stay at 2 very healthily there. I would have been more scared of 7/7, but then he doesn't get the second body, of course, which he obviously wants. I think I'm just debating what all I'm allowed to do here swing-wise. I decide I do want to swing 3 at it. Probably means I'm going to end up going 6 at one of these bodies and just trying to get a bunch of cards out of hand. I just realized I didn't speed it up. Again, I have 6 games. I wasn't going to show off 6, but I kind of decided last second, why not? Sure. Just speed it up to go through them. They're all going to be somewhat similar in nature, though, I think. But basically, I recorded 6. I just found 6 games that were like showing the basic game plan. And I didn't feel like wasting time rewatching them to decide which ones to show. So I'm just going to show all of them. This is definitely a free block. If he wants to Luna, we kind of just have to accept it. His board's not that scary if he Lunas at least. 7/7 into Luna is very scary, to be fair. I want to stay at 1 because of that threat. Because now we don't really get to pressure his board. And I guess now the question is, I think it's just, I guess how greedy are we getting is the question with our swing here. I kind of want to go 8. Yeah, you could play Borsa, but I think having the Dawn and just being more aggressive is fine in this spot. But also, one thing you need to do against this deck is all the different ways they can have lethal math. With Brook, DMG, technically Rush Luffy, like all those different ways, and like of course V-Stand, but you don't have to worry about that with this board state. But you need to do all that math. I definitely like wasn't doing that math in any of these games. I wasn't doing like any different type of lethal math they would have. I was just playing. So I guess we can just kind of see here how this works out. Might end up dying. I don't remember. I don't. Looking at this, it's like awkward because you want to slow this, but you also I Love You is just more counter. So I think I Love You is just better, and it gets us out of another I Love You in life. Two, 1. Yeah, I think I end up dying here. Alright, so they had another loss in here that I don't remember. But again, this is just me playing too greedy. I should just go... Again, this should be a win. When they play this YOLO, it should be a win. This is partly me not doing lethal math, and partly just like me not used to them playing this YOLO. But I should, in retrospect, I should just go 6 at one of these. Getting 2 cards versus 1, he's always going to give 2 cards, and it's not going to make a difference in whether or not we stabilize the next turn. So if I just float more Dawn for the slow, I just live, and then I can like either kill him because I have a good enough board for it, or I can like stabilize and play Borsellino. So again, this should be a game where I just win. I should literally just go 6 at 1, get a card, maybe even 5 at life is fine. I don't think that's probably the case, but like maybe. Main reason it's probably not the case is just because if they get another Luna, then the game gets very sketchy, so you want to lower those odds. But like I just go 6 at this, get a card, float like 4 Dawn, and I don't think we're ever dying in that spot. So I think that is just again not doing lethal math because I'm always doing other stuff on the sim. I'm always having a second monitor open. That's my bad, I guess. But also just again not being used to how YOLO a lot of the goofies have started to play the matchup. Going to the next game. Speed it up. Lost dice roll goes second. Did we keep? I think we. I'm actually going to rewind real quick. We did keep this, yeah. Okay. It's okay hand to keep. We have A4, so it's not the end of the world. And then these technically can find Rosi to help me find promo law if I really want it. I think I am gonna like play for that possibility. I should have just played Rosi law. I mean Rosi search. Like it's not even biased. Like oh it was in here. I should have done it. But like it's just correct to play this one here. I think I was just a little worried about it whiffing. But the reason it's actually correct to just play the Rosi searcher here is because next turn we have to choose between just playing this for 4 or hoping we find law by playing it next turn. So we should just take away that gamble right away and just play it here. If we whiff, we whiff. It is what it is. But we technically still want this and a 2K law. So we just need to play this instead of the Kobe for sure. Then if we don't find promo, we can just commit to playing this law for 4 next turn. So it's just a misplay to play this Kobe for sure. Take 7 every time. Swing 5. I mean, at least we're gonna get value from the Riplaw. They normally respect Riplaw, I feel like, but he was not interested, which is good for me, of course. Mama here probably just plays something is fine. We're not really looking for anything with Rosie's searchers now, so we're kind of trying to be a little safe. Also, when he blocks like that, now we get to... We already got 2 cards with Riplaw. Ooh, voice cut. We already got 2 cards with Riplaw, and now we're getting 2 more cards. Like, he's... Yeah, I mean... These... A lot of Goofy players don't understand when to block properly. This is an okay spot for us for sure. Like... Again, the main way you play this matchup is you're just trying to get all the cards out of hand as possible. I think you just give a 1k here. Again, get value from your 1ks when you can. I think I'm probably just leader affecting this. And like the way he's playing this, he's gonna run out of resources so fast. We're gonna stabilize very quickly. I even decided to just drop Sokka. I think that's very reasonable in this spot. I think you could also argue just swing 8 and play another Rosi Law, but I think the Sokka plays around Grab Blade a bit better. Which he ends up having. I don't even remember that being the case, because again, these games were played so long ago. I think I have 1 game that was played today. He gets lucky and hits the 2 cost. Is what it is. We at least have Sokka now. Sokka means we're also just going to have high Dawn for the rest of the game. I'm going to clear that. the Sokka ramp, swing 8. Then we'll just do our plays. So what? It's probably just that plus Borsa, and then probably play stage. It could have been a Rosi just to have another weenie, and I should have cycled with stage as well. Um, Again, I don't play perfect when I play sim. I don't play perfect in general, but definitely not when I play sim. But I think Rosie would have been a little bit better than stage there, especially if we're not even gonna cycle. Here I don't mind taking, but I also don't mind 2K. I think you're fine to take or 2K there, to be completely honest. Don't think it changes a whole lot. I think the main thing that's really good about this hand when he has this board is Rush Law is gonna clean up. And then this is also really good for us. Like, this seems like an okay play from him, but now he just has nothing, right? Like, the Rush Law actually just destroys any dreams. I mean, it was already, even without the Rush Law, it's bad for him. Like, I think I decided, yeah. I think not cycling with stage here is okay. Honestly, yeah, like I think we can just skip forward. The game's over at this point. Save time, go to the next one. That's mainly him not respecting Riplaw and then blocking after he gets Riplawed, so I get the body, or even just another card there is fine for me. But again, you just play this matchup to get as many cards as possible. I made some blatant misplays. I should have been playing. I think my two main misplays that game were not playing Rosie Searcher when I should have. Um. Also, maybe I lied. Maybe there's only 5 Goofy games. Maybe this is the last one. Maybe there's not 6. Oh no, I see it. Okay, there's 6. Well, I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at my recordings. Speed it up then. This is a pretty good hand. Just looking for Rosie Law. We have no weenies. That's the only downside here. But other than that, the hand is like really good. I always love when they swing 8 here instead of playing more. That's great for me. We're just gonna search twice here. Start with Kobe in case we find like a Rosie searcher we want to play to have more. Add that over X Drake just in case you also need to search again. Just little things. Do end up adding the Borsa because we don't have one. Prioritizing that over the Law 2K. I mean, just the 2K in general. Again, I kind of want to take the 2 before my 6th on turn just to make I Love You easier to proc right away. So he definitely just I don't know really top players gonna do this, but you could definitely run into people in regionals doing stuff like this. Like, I swear 99% of Goofy players I've played against don't understand how to block. How to use blockers. The reason I swung leader is because I wanted to keep Goofies have started to like hit my weenies, especially if I only have one. So I wanted to keep it to clear like next turn. So I swung 5 at it. And then like I'll swing with my Law and it's fine, I think. Does keep Kobe standing for next turn. But then he just free blocks, right? So now I swing 2 at it. He even gives me a card there, which is crazy. I swing 8 at this. He lets it die. Like, I don't... At this point, the game's over. I don't know what he's doing. He buggy prisoners. He swings 3. I think I played this game today as well. So I have 2 Goofy games I think I played today. So that's not even a swing. Then I free block. Then I just take a 7 because, like, I'm not going to give 2 cards right now. I love to use technically 2 cards. Like, when this is what's happening, I'm not too worried about it. Now it's just... I'm gonna skill check him again. He's already showing he doesn't know how. I'll skill check again. think I just win 6 here. If he free blocks there, I'm definitely like attaching Dawn, right? But given his board state and we're at 2 life, I definitely want to double develop here. We're definitely safe to float only 1. So again, here the threat is Luna. If he has Luna, it's actually really good for him here. But then he does this, and it's like, okay, you definitely don't have Luna with that swing. I don't know what we're doing. Like, I don't know why you're ever playing it like this if you don't have Luna. He's keeping his whole board standing, so he's just trying to set up lethal. So it's like kind of reasonable, I suppose. No, actually, yeah, it was kind of reasonable from his end there, just because at least he ended his whole board standing. It was mainly that one block that was just egregious that he did. I end up deciding, okay, I'll put you to 0, and then I'll float 2 blockers to be safe. Stage cycle, we get another I love you, so we actually have 5 Dawn worth of cards to play. Which I don't think they're ever expecting. I think I just right away slow. I don't know, it might be better to hold it. But like, I'm not sure it matters. I'm sure he's thrilled to see all these. But even, like, I don't think there's any, well, I don't think, there is no world where we die here with this hand, obviously. But he, like, definitely did bad numbers. But yeah, he was thrilled with that. But again, so we're just trying to get resources. When they play these YOLO aggressive lines that a lot of them have started to do, because I think a lot of them are off Luna, which is just so good for Rosi. I don't care if they grab blade me, bro. Go for it. Don't let them know that, though, as far as they're concerned. And Nami's grab blade's the bane of my existence. I hate that card, you know, for sure. Definitely hate it when they spend 7 Dawn to clear 2 bodies. But yeah, against if they're playing more YOLO like this and just trying to kill you real quick, just using all their cards to do it, you just like just play lines that let you live while getting a card or 2 out of their hand and stabilizing, as like slowly. Again, the 2 games I lost were me being greedy and trying to get max value and not respecting the fact that I could die next turn. Even those games should have been wins. Then one more. Again, these are all really short because this matchup does go kind of quick, genuinely. I think we keep this hand. I think this hand is questionable to keep because you're not actually that likely to see the promo law off this. But it's also like the main reason I decided to keep it because 1, you can see the promo law, right? So technically you're gonna look at 11 cards. You have your 5 in hand, 5 off Rosi, and 1 draw. And then one of the draws could be another Rosi, technically. The 1 draw could be another Rosi to help you find it. So like it's like decent chance to find another promo law. Excuse me. But even if we don't, the rest of the hand was just so good that I didn't care, right? I have Rosi Law, and I have double Navy Searcher plus Law 2K. I think the Law 2K plus double Navy Searcher is what pushed it over for me. Having Law 2K already means I can just search I love yous and get infinite value this game, as well as find a second Rosi Law and anything else that we might need. With the high roll potential of finding promo Law. But we didn't. So AFK for a bit here. Only 1/2 drop is really good for me. Top deck another Rosi Law. That means these stages in Gobies can just try to find like a Sokka plus I love yous. I think we just bottom decked 2 Rosi Laws. But again, I don't think I care. I love you is just how you win this matchup. Just is the way to win the matchup. And I only swung 5 because I just wanted to see, like, float Dawn in case I get another searcher. And I, again, don't really care if they counter there. Take that 7 for sure. Another I love you. It's the best card in the game. Draw suck. So we literally have everything we want, play and counter wise. Um yeah, not much else to say. I think yeah, I'm just down to get Mama value. I don't care about Sakam. I main him next turn. I'm down to just keep my hand as healthy as possible. So I counter with Mamas early. I want to get as many I love yous as possible. I'll probably just take again to make I love you live next turn. I will say this dying to 8 is like kind of criminal. He's 100% supposed to give 2 cards. If he gives 2 cards, I probably am in a much worse spot here. I have to think about what my play is if he gives 2 cards, right? I think if he gives 2 cards, I probably like. It's actually questionable. You have different lines. I don't think it's ever Sokka. It's either Riplaw plus like swing 6 at it. You could argue 8, I guess, but like it's just very greedy again. But it's either Riplaw or it's Rosi Law. Swing 8 or 6. I think when you have this many events in hand, it probably is just 6. Plus Rosi Law. Get another card. He goes to 6, goes to 7, and then decent chance he stays at 7 next turn, and we can Riplaw him next turn. Yeah. But here we just float 3. I don't want to play the stage. I want as much Dawn to counter with this turn as possible. And again, I am so happy. You know what? Actually, no, I'm so sad they're spending 7 Dawn to Gravity Blade by Rosi Laws. Gosh, make them stop. Ow. Here I gotta think. I want to play this Riplaw next turn. I'm thinking if I slow right away or if I just give a Riplaw and like get it back with I love you. But if I'm gonna do that, I might as well just give the 2K law and then not show that I have the Riplaw. So I think it's definitely like law 2K or slow. I think I end up just doing law 2K. It's probably fine to hold slow here. It's a little awkward if the rest of his swings are like 7s and stuff, or he doesn't swing again. Because obviously I want him to swing at least once more. And here I definitely slow. I think I rest the 1K just to have a easy body to clear. So I'm down to start 2 at this. Even if he does, I don't think this world is saving it, but do this. And then I go 5 at life expecting a 1K. That way he gets to exactly 7 in hand. Then I have 3 2Ks in hand, so I don't expect to die to this board state. So I can just float the Dawn next turn. Again, just trying to get as many counter cards as possible. And when you swing 5 like that to get them to exactly 7, they're going to give you a card they don't want, right? So it makes it more likely to rip cards they do want. And what do we do here? We have 9 Dawn. We want 7. We technically have 10 Dawn. Which means we have 3 that we can attach. So I just start 8 at that. And he doesn't know that I don't really want to attach more. I wouldn't be surprised if I just like pass once he does. Yeah, I just pass. Because now he's basically saying, I'm going to kill you, so I'm just going to leave up all my blockers, leave up my Dawn. I don't need to pressure any more cards. We are just trying to not die this turn. And like technically he probably has lines where he could play to live, depending. But it depends on his hand, right? Maybe he can't. We take the first life just because we need to get I love you live as quickly as possible. Then we go I love you 2K. Again, I love you is what wins this matchup. 7 we can't take because then it's like too big of unblockables to counter out of. But we also don't necessarily want to counter the 7, so this is a snap block, I suppose. Take, and then okay. I was gonna. It doesn't actually matter which order he does this in. I don't think. If he wants to play this, I'm not sure that playing that is just better than attaching Dawn to the. I guess Daz Bones wasn't live, right? So it probably is. And then once he does this, I can just counter this. And then here he should definitely like not swing the croc. But he does swing it. I just block. That's technically it gets a swing off my board, so maybe it's fine. But I don't think it's fine. I think he just should not swing croc. And then we just hope for no Lunar Trigger plus no like big lethal. We go 7, 8. We have 2 weenies split if he counters it either. He does that, then we just go 11. Um, yeah, I guess he couldn't float any Dawn. Oh, he could. This this is a 2K, yeah. If he just like restood, he didn't have to go for it. I think we actually just straight up should have lost this game. Um, but again, I don't think this game actually made any misplays. I think my opponent actually made quite a few misplays. They drew really well and still found a way to lose. Just don't play Gaudino, restand, and like you can just hold back one blocker, keep the 2K in hand, and hold a Don up for your second restand. I guess I don't know what he got out of life, but he definitely should not be dead here. Um, I guess in that world I also get to keep Borsa blocker though, so that's the next swing to go for lethal. But again, I don't think that matters. I think he definitely messed it up. Um, but either way, that's basically all those games. I hope they kind of showed the general game plan. Again, I think a lot of these games with the goofy players messing up. Ladder did just reset, unfortunately, so I am still like top 50 on the reset, but like it's still low, right? So it's still gonna be a bunch of randoms. Um, but honestly, like I think 90, even when I was high elo, 90% of goofies I was playing were making mistakes like these. So I think you can reasonably expect a lot of goofies to make. I don't even think it's the hardest deck, but it's not the easiest, and it's very popular. So I think the average goofy player isn't going to be the greatest. Um, you mainly want to exploit. You want to give them chances to misplay, like by swinging the 5 on certain turns and hoping they free block, and certain things like that. If they're playing YOLO, just try to live. Your main goal, as always, just get as many cards out of the hand as possible. You're just trying to play the resource game. Um, yeah. Hope that helped some people. I know that is probably one of our harder match. Like I think a bad NL is easier to beat than a bad Goofy. That deck can just like kill you. Um, it definitely is more of a card draw matchup, which is like a hand compare matchup a lot of the times, especially if they're good. Um, with that being said, I think you're gonna win the hand compare 50% of the time. That's why I call the matchup 50-50. It is what it is. Um, but yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. As always, appreciate y'all for watching. Next episode will probably be Nami. Say episode. This isn't like a series technically, but I guess it kind of is. Whatever. I'll probably upload Nami. I have all the Nami games recorded. I only have 3 right now, which is what I was planning on doing for each leader. I just kept finding like there's a ton of Goofy on the ladder, so I kept finding more games and kept recording them and decided to show all of them. Um, yeah. So I have Nami. I'll do that tomorrow. I have only two Teach games, one Yamato game, and no Mirrors recorded. So I'm still queuing ladder randomly, trying to find those leaders to showcase the strategy a bit. Yamato's been less and less popular, which sucks for me, of course. That's a really good matchup for us, but it's not a good deck, so makes sense. And then mirrors also just haven't been a thing, like hardly ever. I think I played two mirrors in the last 3 or 4 days, and one of them I forgot to record, and then one I just drew an unplayable hand, so it's not even worth showing. um, so yeah, but that's that. Peace.